How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to IPL 5 here at Las Vegas, Nevada. And we have a great matchup lined up for you guys. It's going to be Fnatic and Complexity. And join with me on the booth is a man who really needs no introduction, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Total Biscuit, how you doing, buddy? I'm
doing fantastic. I get to sit here and watch Complexity versus Fnatic, which is a classic matchup in every game ever made ever. You know, as far back as esports goes, you got Fnatic and Complexity duking it out in pretty much everything aside from competitive Tetris. So, quite frankly, I'm looking forward to seeing them go at it, and also to see one of my favorite Shootmania players, the Bears, compete for Complexity. Ex-Mercenary Ops and ex-Counter-Strike player. He is a scary individual. I want to see how he does here.
Yeah, you know what? Fnatic actually came through our wildcard qualifier. They had a hard-fought battle against Dignitas, and that was another classic battle as well.
Definitely, Fnatic Dig is always great.
Exactly, and now we're going to see them face off here. First match of Group B, and we're going to go ahead, and I think we have the map lined up. It's going to be Crossroads, if I'm correct, which is a very simple bread-and-butter map of Shootmania. It's one of the games that actually came out with it. I don't know if you're familiar with Crossroads.
Definitely. Crossroads was actually my favorite map of the first ever Shootmania tournament. It is a classic map. The other maps that were in that tournament, such as like Solar Flare, we don't see all that much anymore, but here, Crossroads, yeah, it's a great map. It's really, really well designed. It's got all sorts of different possibilities for both attack and defense. It seems like the metagame is kind of stabilized around this very particular defensive setup, but in fact, in the last series we saw between SK and Cullen, it was a fantastic little maneuver that completely broke that defensive setup. He found a way around it. So I'm intrigued. These maps always produce really good matches, so this will no doubt be no exception.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the players here if they're ready to go so that we can go ahead and get this matchup underway here. You know, of course, the guys from Complexity fought their way out of the our qualifiers. They were formerly known as Asphyxia. Now they're known as Complexity, and I'm really excited for this one. You know, Fnatic obviously is a great squad as well. I had mentioned it prior. The wildcard qualifier was a hard-fought battle.
It was.
We are seeing, you know, the game kind of changing here. We saw an upset just take place with SK Gaming defeating Colwyn. Colwyn, the ESWC champions, very talented squad there, and just SK Gaming gave it their all, and they ended up with the W. Now we have a three-way tie. SK Gaming will find themselves in bracket play starting tomorrow. We still have more group play action coming at you in just a second, so hopefully the guys can go ahead and start up here any minute now. Would be very nice. I think we're waiting on De Bears and Griffin to ready up, and then we can get cooking here. Anything you're looking for? I know you said you're a fan of De Bears. Anything you're looking for him to do here?
Well, usually De Bears is one of the best attacking players I've ever seen, but of course the last time I had a chance to see him was a while ago, and I feel the caliber of players probably lifted since then. Very experienced competitive player. Chances are he knows what he's doing, so aggressive performance from De Bears would be what I would expect, especially on a classic map like this. His performance in the first Shootmania tournament on this map was exceptional, so we are about ready to kick it off.
Yes, we are, and now we're going to have Yeepy here kicking it off for Fnatic as the first attacker in group play. Let's see what's going to happen here. Of course, taking a look at the overhead view, you can get a feel for what's going on here. Sorry for the jankiness of the camera. I had to re-correct my mouse there. But yeah, you know, Yeepy is a very solid player. Usually the the opening attacker here for whatever team it would be, that's the guy who they rely on to get that first round win. And Yeepy is no slouch when it comes to that.
No, he certainly is not. He's on his way, and yeah, this is the very standard defensive setup that we see on this map, utilizing those railings over the side there, the fence as it were, and that is a nice little hit. The ambush position over the side of the clover there is very good indeed. Not a good start here for UP, taking two, and there's the third, and a nice start right there.
Wow, actually very surprising, as I think if all three players of Complexity did manage to get a hit there. All right, and here we go. We're going to have Carnage now on the attack here for Complexity to open things up. Lead attacker as well. Very interesting stuff, I must say. As I thought the Bears would lead off here, but I don't remember who led off for the first time for this team. So let's see what Carnage is going to do.
Well, he's going to eat a rocket. That's going to be a start for this, which is not ideal. And it almost took a second one on there. He took it over the side here. That's a horrible spot to be in, especially at this stage. This is the kind of time when defenders should really just rush down the attacker because they know he is down to one armor. But they haven't done that as of yet, playing a little bit cautiously. That could give Carnage a chance to get back into this particular round.
Yep. And let's see here as Carnage now is going to wait. Oh, he's going to find someone on the side there, putting the shots down. He's not able to connect, and that is going to end that round. Nice stuff there by Fnatic to end that one.
All right, well, let's see how this one goes. Usually the attacker is able to grab a round. When they can do that, that's when they really, really get the momentum in this particular game. But we'll see who is able to grab that first one.
All right, and now Strength says, let's go ahead and take a look at the overhead here. As a matter of fact, you know, obviously we see a lot of like good defensive positions here by Complexity. Actually not opting to go the way on top of the laser pad, which is something that we saw earlier from this team. But you'll see a lot of activity going on over by the fence there. And Strength's now trying to put the shots in. Strength's had some great attack runs last night in our wildcard qualifier, finding someone inside of the fence. Is he going to be able to connect? No, he is not. 2 armor left now as he is able to land the hit there. Nice stuff, taking out Carnage. And seems as if we will have a situation where Strengths needs to overcome the situation. He is actually going to be a 2v1 with 2 armor left, so he is still favorable here. But the question is, you know, they really do need to be able to pick off one. And now you are going to see there as De Beers is able to actually close that one down.
Yeah, the worst situation you want to be in is basically running into the Clover area where that goal is and running into a situation where there's 2 defenders just prepared for you and knowing that you've got a lot of nasty rockets heading your way. De Beers is rolling, ladies and gentlemen. A few De Beers fans in the audience, and rightfully so. This guy's a beast. Let's see what he can pull off in this scenario. He's going to head up to the top initially, looking towards the laser pad. There is a defender hanging around there. The question is, will he be able to pick him off? If he can, that puts him in an absolutely monstrous position. Defender revealing a position, maybe, maybe not. Long range rail does not connect. Very close. He knows the defender up there. Goes for the jump rail, doesn't pick it off. Second hit. De Beers in a lot of trouble right now as JP is able to take him down to 1 armor. And this is a situation where De Beers could be very easily outflanked if he's not careful.
Yep, and De Beers now trying to see if he can pick off at least one defender. This is not a good look for him here. Of course, he keeps on shooting lasers, so at least he's taking the opportunities to make the shots happen, but that is going to shut down the round. Nice stuff there by the guys from Fnatic, ending that one for De Beers.
Yeah, that was a rough start right there for De Beers. Usually see better performance from him on this map, but of course, there's plenty of rounds to play, and we'll see what he can pull off going into this as Lekame. I hope that's the right pronunciation.
Lekame. You got it right.
Let's go with Lekame. Yeah, Lekame from the Netherlands is on his way right here for Fnatic raid call up against Complexity. He's going to take a very aggressive approach and a very risky one, and he's able to make his way around there. This is very nice indeed. Now, the last time I saw this happen, it actually resulted in severe success in the SK game, but at the moment he hasn't been able to make anything really connect just yet and has already eaten a rocket from long range, something that shouldn't have really happened here for Lekame. He's going to move around and see what he can do. Flank around to the fence, maybe take out his opponent there. De Beers getting aggressive.
Nice shot.
De Beers get his head shot off as a result of that. And Lekame with a good start here, but he's starting to run out of time. And this is the time when the defenders usually will close up their lines, consolidate their position in the center. And this is ugly for Lekame, and down he goes. Nice finish off there by Carnage.
There we go, and let me go ahead and bring that up. All right, and nice stuff there indeed, and that would be Griffin now attacking. Let's go ahead and take a look at the overhead, as we are going to see the positions for all the players here. You know, obviously we don't want to give away too much because of the audio, and don't want to be too, you know, disruptive for these guys. But you know, I do yell a lot, so that is not very good.
Yeah, you know, funnily enough, I have a tendency of doing that as well. It has been known to happen.
We're loud individuals, and for that, the world should thank us.
And we give no apologies.
Exactly. They should thank us. Anyway, we're going to have Griffin now here on the attack. And Griffin, the third attacker here, and that's a long-range laser, because the reason why is he's using that laser pad there as a great defensive strategy, and that's a hard hit for Griffin. And you're going to see that he's shooting more lasers than Griffin's able to disperse there, and that was the defender up top. And nice stuff. That was going to be EP. The reason why was because that laser pad allows him to recharge a little bit quicker because he's a defender. So when he's on top of that laser pad, he shoots off a laser. He's going to recharge quicker than the attacker who has a laser as well. So fun fact there to point out. Now we're going to have EP on the attack for Fnatic. Let's see what he could do here. And, you know, something that 2 of our casters, Indrid and Winters, have brought up before was that they're always conserving their energy. You can see the stamina bar there on the bottom right of the screen. They're always conserving that. They're never, like, just wasting time or wasting their stamina. they're constantly saving it, and that's a good way to play this game.
Yeah, that probably wasn't deliberate there by EP, a little bit unfortunate. Wanted to use that laser pad a little bit more. Most of the time, the attacker will use that for recon purposes only. Generally, you won't pick anyone off there. The defender wants it because instead of the rocket, he gets to use a laser for a change, which is a big advantage, which is why you usually see a defender around there. At this point, however, they're closing their ranks just a little bit more. Once again, a defender hanging around the fence there. Good start here for EP, able to pick off Carnage.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Down he goes. Griffin is looking out for the count, and the first hat trick in the attacking round goes to EP, and that was convincing.
Wow, nice stuff there. And EP is actually having a great performance. He's going to be 1 attack and 6 defensive rockets landed, so that's going to be very good here. Now it is going to be up to Carnage here, the lead-off attacker for Complexity. Let's see if he can actually win this round. We've seen this time and time again where like one team will actually get an attack round win, and then the team after that will respond. It's just something about it where they get that adrenaline and everything starts to click. But let's see now as Carnage here is going to be stuck in a position where he's facing off against a guy by the fence. He's going to have 2 armor left. Waiting around the corner here. You got to play this one smart, as he knows that as soon as he shoots that laser, that defender's going to go for the chase. And he has a lot to work with here because the defender, as a matter of fact, because of the coverage here, but Carnage not so much. He's going to have 1 armor left, and he needs to drop back here and reevaluate the situation.
Well, this is not a good start here for Carnage at all. He's just going to get picked off in the air. That was absolutely wonderful defensive play right there. Strength's taking him out without too much of a problem. And it didn't really get going for Carnage. You've got to get initial momentum going into the attacking round. If you end up in the situation where it starts to get awkward and your attack plan is foiled at the first hurdle, then it's very hard to come back from that. You usually just get hunted down and murdered, and of course the time is ticking away. You're playing against the clock as much as you are playing against the opposing team here. Strength's going to get very aggressive initially, making his way around the side. He's quite near the fence on the right-hand side here. If he can pick off the fence defender, that'll be great. And it is. Strength is not messing around. De Beers is down for the count already, but 2 rockets. Griffin with the double tap coming in, almost picks off the 3rd, but there's an air rail coming in right here. It is Griffin versus Strength, and Strength by all means has the better position here. He'd have to make a mistake at this range in order to actually get hit.
Whoa, nice shot.
Yes, there we go. 80-meter rail right through the goal, and there is the response. And look at that score for Fnatic. 6 matches to 3 already.
Wow, and now we are going to have De Beers on the attack, and they need an attack round win here desperately, and not get picked off right away. You can see the prediction rockets actually flying over, and that's the thing about this map. You know, you have great angles for defenders to be able to just, you know, put down rockets as fast as possible. As soon as you know, the attacker makes his way over to the left side, and they have to reevaluate their situation right away.
Yeah, and that can actually sometimes be exploited as well. As some defenders get a bit over-eager, they fire all 4, which actually gives an opening for the attacking player to make his way through. Unfortunately, he's up against the defensive player on the laser pad. De Beers has already taken a hit. As a direct result of that, takes a 2nd hit from the ambush. And there's the cleanup from Fnatic Raid Call, who are playing in a dominant fashion.
Yeah, Fnatic's having a great event here, you know, for Shootmania, coming out of the, you know, the wildcard qualifier and then making it this far. Of course, they're having a good play over by League of Legends as well, so it just seems to be a good event for this team here. But you know, Complexity just needs to find a solution to this attacking, the attacking strength of Fnatic Raid Call. They came on the attack now. Griffin's going to be playing back now. You see here, you know, what you could do is, if you're the attacker and you're worried about that defender all the way back there, you can actually utilize the positioning up top, which is right here. You can see trying to pick off this defender, and that's a good thing to do. That's what that laser pad would be used for. Only in that instance, you know. In other instances, not so much, because there's not many options for it. But beautiful shot there by Lacame, taken out to Bears, and now he's gonna find Griffin there outside. And this is bad here, as Griffin needs to get back inside of his base, shooting those rockets, and he's gonna get taken out by Lacame. It's gonna be a 1v1, and oh, wait a minute, he is actually gonna get shot once. So this could end up looking well for Carnage if Carnage can manage to pick off 1 more of that armor point on him, which he does so. So now it's going to be a 1v1, and nice defense there by Carnage, ending that one. Lacame was looking strong, but Carnage put that one and stopped it in its tracks.
That was really nicely done there by Carnage. In that situation, if it is the attacker versus 1 defender and the attacker has armor, then running out the clock is a really decent idea. And that's what Carnage was attempting to do, and it turns out he was also able to pick up the kill as well. So he's got to be feeling good after that one. Now can Griffin take this attacking around and start to swing the momentum in favor of Complexity, who are still struggling here. If it keeps going the way that it's going with the even trades, then of course that'll be a win there for Fnatic. And it was nice indeed, no question about that. Griffin going to get aggressive, eats a rocket for his trouble. That's the standard ambush coming in for the right hand side of the Clover, and the conversion comes in and strikes with the finisher. And this is a match point right here coming in for Fnatic.
Yep, and it's going to be Yeepy now on the attack. And, you know, one thing you always have to keep in mind is that the defensive rounds, you know, you kind of should get them, you know, usually at least.
You usually win more defensive rounds than you do attacking. That's just the nature of the game mode.
You know, and of course with the score here, you know, attacking rounds is what's being dictated. So, you know, they could stop them here on defense, but it's all about answering back. And, you know, it just Complexity has not seemed to have been able to gather themselves in this situation. You can see the rockets flying already in multiple directions because they're trying to figure out where the attacker will be at. You see that there was one defender over there by the fence, so of course usual position there. And if I was correct, I saw 2 defenders inside of there as well.
Yeah, certainly, and this momentum is really good for Fnatic. We're going to have to see some amazing play from Complexity. They need to pick this round up to start with. That's a decent start. Will they be able to finish off Yeepy, who's had excellent attacking rounds up to this point? And Yeepy completely fluffs that one, and great defense by Complexity. Now they must win this round.
Yep, and it is going to be up to Carnage here. Let's see what the leadoff attacker for Complexity can do. You know, he has been struggling a little bit in this game. He is 8 defensive rockets, though, but on the attacking side, he has been struggling. So let's see if he can get his act together here and put one on the board for Carnage and for Complexity and start to get the ball rolling here and even extend this to extra rounds. But they need to play stellar at this point.
They do. They basically have to win the next few rounds. They can't drop a single one. They must get to a position whereby it is essentially a lead of 2, so they would have to equalize in order to make this work out for them. So let's see where it goes. Carnage makes his way up there and is able to get some decent information, but a lot of rockets heading in the general direction. They shouldn't really be hitting him from that distance. The question is, where is that 3rd defender flanking around? He's going right into the center here. This is very risky here for Carnage, and I don't think it's going to pay off, honestly, especially not after missing that rail. He takes one up, but he's in the tunnel now. Could very easily be flanked and trapped here.
Yep, and Carnage now needs to make a play happen. He's going to have 10 seconds left on the clock. Carnage is going to patiently wait here, take advantage of the situation, coming out of the tunnel. He's going to miss that laser, and he's going to get picked off by Yeepy. Nice stuff there. GG's all around, and very good stuff indeed there as Complexity falls to Fnatic in game number 1, but still, it is not over yet. We have plenty of Shootmania to play here.
That we do indeed. We're going to be taking a quick break, folks. When we come back, yet more Shootmania action here from Las Vegas, IPL 5.